Hello, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen. And yes, I do say gentlemen because we actually are going live on E360 TV. And my beautiful ladies, we don't know if there's any gentleman that's watching us, and we can literally not exclude them because men is just as important as our women. So I just want to say welcome to the reflection of Soul of a Diamond. It's our third reflection. It means I had five ladies with a reflection and then another five ladies with a reflection. And I do feel I can hear a feedback, so I have to quickly mute all. If you can quickly mute all of you, then I would appreciate it. Then I will ask you to unmute yourself. So today is our third diamond reflection, Soul of a Diamond reflection. So first of all, we had Christa that came and told her story. What an incredible adventure. What an inspirational story. And Christa, your heart, the way that you have told us your story, the way that you daily are continuing. My heart is so big that I love you. Thank you so much. And then the next lady that came and tell her story was beautiful Ali or Dr. Alexandra, but I love to call her Ali as well. She came and told her story. How incredible. What all the things she had to do and her adversity that she had to go through. She is a powerful, powerful lady, and I am proud and I am truly honored to love you this much, my beautiful Ali. Then the next person that was on the show was Herma. Herma is trying her best to come into the studio, but we cannot hear her. Oh, I see she is here. Let me just see. Okay. So we don't know if we will be able to hear her, but let me bring her in and then she can still hear my introduction and we will play a video after in a while. Just let me bring her in. Hello, Herma. Can we hear you now?
Yes, and can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Hello?
Wow.
Wonderful. Okay.
Wow.
My problem was
Okay.
Chrome and yeah, my browser was the problem. So I changed browser and it resolved the issue.
Oh, thank you. So you can settle down, mute yourself, and then I will come back to you. Okay, you can settle your phone down so that it's not bumpy, and you can take a few breathers, and then I will be back with you. I'm just telling a story at the moment. Okay. So Herma then came and tell her story, how that she was determined to make the best for her son and how that she just looked at life in a different way. She is truly incredible and such an inspiration. So Herma, I love you so much. And then beautiful Gabby came to the show. It was her turn. And she brought us all the way from Hungary to Canada, where she started with a new life with her husband. Went through so many things, and she is just incredible in her growth and her self-love for her. And then she bestowed all this on all her clients. How incredible. And guess what? I am also one of her clients. I have lost a lot of weight, but I do have a lot of the fat deposits around my knees. And because of all these years of my overweightness, I cannot just do any exercise. My knees doesn't allow it. We were also in an accident when my daughter was small, and I actually had to cover, and my knees went into I call it the dashboard. I'm sure the Americans calls it also a dashboard. I'm not sure. I didn't ask. I was not prepared to tell my story, but I just wanted to say that for me, exercise, squatting, and being on my knees, I cannot do it. And here comes beautiful Gabby, and she helped me to exercise without going on my knees, without squatting. And look, 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 I can go already a little bit down and I could come up. So that, my beautiful ladies, I could never do. I could never do. So I'm truly thankful for Gabby. And lastly, but not the least, my beautiful Cindy. You have a way to tell your story, but you have a unique way. And after the show, I said, wow, my girl, the way that you brought a story and what was your lesson, and then the next story and what was your lesson, that was incredible. So, may I ask if you can help us? And you sent us a beautiful, and you can tell me what you call it, but a synopsis of how to go about. But then, if there's ever a lady that says, Sanette, but I need some coaching before the Soul of a Diamond, because a lot of us, if when we start telling our story, we lose our train of thought and we will, what we wanted to say and what we end up, but it's okay. But if you want to have a coaching session, my beautiful Cindy, I will send them your way. So, my beautiful Cindy, I love you so much. So let me start. Let me start. So, my beautiful Krista, you can unmute yourself. Tell us where you're from and give us, please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. So, I'm from Ontario, Canada. A little bit cool here, and I am an Amazon #1 best-selling author of Skip the Pain, Experience the Pleasure, Cut the Crap That's Holding You Back so you can live the life you love. I'm also an international speaker and I am a certified coach practitioner. And I love working with anybody who is going through any type of adversity. And I show them step by step ways of how I can say I'm a personal testament to how I overcame some strategies. And I absolutely love the feedback I get through either working through my book or working with me or hearing me speaking is always a privilege.
Wow. Thank you. And there were so many people that came, or especially ladies that came back to you. You were on a few podcasts with the Diamond Beauties that has podcasters and TV shows. So, my beautiful Krista, you truly inspiration. So, I wanted to play your video, and then I'm going to ask you how did you feel seeing your video and just being on the show. But I will come back to you with that. I just quickly want everybody to introduce themselves, and then we will open the mics. And then while you tell your experience, anybody can jump in and say how did they feel, or if you trigger something and somebody else says something, you just come up and we have a beautiful discussion. So, my beautiful Krista, I just need to make sure I play the right one. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Christa Rose, and I'm a certified coach practitioner. I'm a speaker and author of Amazon #1 best-selling book, Skip the Pain, Experience the Pleasure. Cut the crap that's holding you back so you can live the life you love. I do share some of the experiences I went through, surviving head-on collision, holding my husband as he passed away in my arms, and I'm battling a chronic illness. I may have had a near-death experience, but I don't focus on the past. Focusing on the past is like writing with a broken pencil. It's pointless. I show you how the secret of life is your mindset and the way you talk. So from working with me, listening to my speeches, or reading my book, it will either change your life or make you feel lighter and you'll have a good laugh. Either way, it's a win-win situation.
Wow,
Wow.
incredible. I know you were happy with the video, but now singing it again, and you're also one of the ladies that have splashed it everywhere. You know the video. How do you feel about your video?
You know, seeing it myself, what if it was somebody else, I'd be like, what a beautiful video. And now I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's me. And you did such an amazing job capturing the colors. My color's purple with the beautiful little bubbles with the white. And I'm so amazed at how it all comes together in this commercial. So thank you so much. I'm really blown away. That's great.
Oh, thank you, my beautiful Christa. So now if I can move over to Herma. Herma, you were the second one in this segment that came to tell your story. Please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from. And please tell the ladies, it is a very hot here in South Africa.
Yeah, I've got a fan blowing here over me because it's a supremely warm and hot summer day. So people complain about the heat, but I try not to think about it, and then it's not that hot. So my name is Herma De Villiers. I'm here in Pretoria in South Africa. So Pretoria is one of those cities that have has a very moderate climate sort of throughout the year. But we've had a cold winter last year, and now we've got a supremely hot summer this year. So yeah, I'm trying not to complain, but I try and make the best of it and eat watermelon so that it's nice and cool. So yes, I got divorced 12 years ago, terrible narcissistic relationship. And it took me quite a while to get over that. It took me 5 years to rediscover myself. And in that process, I sort of really realized that our bodies also remember the trauma, and that was part of my healing process too. So I'm just thankful that I can sit here and talk about it. In the past, if I did that, I was crying and it was sort of still sore, and now it's all healed. And God blessed me with a lovely husband. I got married 2 years ago, and we just absolutely adore one another. And it's just like a hand and a glove that fit one another. So yes, it's really amazing how your life pans out if you heal yourself as you go along, and your whole life changes in the process.
Wow. Thank you, my beautiful Herma. And Ali, I do apologize. You were the second one. I'm so sorry. I just had to make sure, and I was, I made a mistake. But let me play Herma's video, and then I'm coming to you, my beautiful Ali. Herma, here is your video.
My name is Herma De Villiers. I live in Pretoria in Fairy Glen in South Africa. I am of retirement age. So I am a wellness advocate. I'm an adventurer. I'm a positive talker, positive thinker. I'm a life coach. So I love serving people and looking after people and helping people to become healthier in their lifestyle, to increase their wellness and to cope with life in general, because what we think is what we are, who we think is who we are, and all those things help to keep us healthy and increase our wellness.
That photo when you were married and you were laughing there was the most beautiful photo of me. How did you love your video?
Ach, no, it's beautiful. You're really a creative coordinator of photos and of videos, and you just make it a lovely package, and it's so beautiful to see. Thank you. It's lovely.
Thank you. I wish you could see your faces, because when it was Krista's time, she was beaming, looking at herself. When it was your time, you were, and I'm sure Ali, you and Cindy is going to do the same. Because secretly, I am taking a photo so that I can send it to you afterwards. You see, I am very clever. I want to let you experience what I see through my eyes. My beautiful Ali, can you introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Absolutely. First, I want to say what an honor it is to be with everyone today, and certainly with you. I love starting my morning this way. So, I am out in California in the US. I recently moved from Texas, And I'm an international book publisher and a coach and a global leader. I don't know how much more of the story you want me to go into, Sinette, but I'll hold that for later.
Okay, thank you so much. And here is your video, my beautiful Ali.
Actually go by Allie. So right now I just recently relocated from Texas to California, and I love to tell people I'm now living my dream life. So I've transitioned now to having my own coaching business, and in about a week I'm actually launching a publishing company. So I sort of like to tell people I kind of am now going with the flow, right? Whatever comes my way and seems exciting, I'm doing, but I'm very, very excited about that, and really, really, really very happy.
So I said you can still send me another video, but you said, Sunit, keep the way it is. So thank you so much. How did you like your video?
I love it. Sinette, I don't know how you have time to do everything, but I'm like, Sinette, I can't do better than what you've done for me. Please use it. So it's just amazing. And seeing the pictures of, me with the kids. I mean, it's really lovely. Thank you so much for all of that.
Thank you. So my beautiful Ali, do you know the secret?
No.
For me, when I was sitting there next to the Vaal River, there's all this amazingness coming, that soul of a diamond, everything came to me in 2 minutes. And then I was sitting and dreaming, writing exactly what if it was me? What would I have loved? I would have loved to have a video. I would have loved to incorporate to say my voice and my video. Who am I? I would love to see my children and my grandchildren coming into the screen because they are part of my life. So everything I'm doing, I have envisioned for me. And I just love that because I thought that is beautiful and I love that. So that's the reason why the music and the sparkles, because all of us have a lot of things to think about, but if we can bring sparkles in our lives every day, we will have beautiful days. Beautiful days.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, my beautiful Ali. So, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, I am going to play Gabby's video, and then I am going to play her video as well, just her introduction video, as she could not be with us today. So, and then I will be going to Cindy, and then we have honored my beautiful Gabby as well. Here I go.
Hi everyone, this is Gabby, the Trauma-Informed Personal Trainer. You can find me at thetraumainformedpt.com. I create safe space for mindful women where they feel seen and heard through the power of slowing down and embracing the joy of movement. I guide them on a journey of healing and self-love. And this is one of my favorite tools, the foam roller, that I use quite often with clients. And if you're interested in working with me or learning more about trauma-informed approach in the fitness space, please visit my website, thetraumainformedpt.com. I love to connect with you.
Thank you, my beautiful Gabby. And ladies, that banner at the end, that is also part of your banner in the Diamond Moments magazine with the article I've written for you. So here is Gabby's video. Here we go.
Hi everyone, this is Gabriella Varga, the Trauma-Informed Personal Trainer. And unfortunately, I cannot be live with all of you because I'm with a client at the moment. So you get to see my recording and talking about the experience of sharing my life story with all of you a few weeks ago. it was very, very touching for me that I had this opportunity to share what my first 40 years looked like. And it really stretched me to be honest with myself and take an inventory what my upbringing looked like, what my relationships looked like. And I really learned about myself quite a bit, that these were the patterns that I grew up with. These were the patterns that I repeated in my relationships. And I had to call myself out that, oh wow, the person that I used to be is not the person who I want to be. And it was very, very wonderful to have Sanat's platform to share all those moments, defining moments, what really made me who I am today, and learning from my own experiences, and choosing to become a better person over the years. And it's not a linear process, as you may know, but it's very rewarding when we start seeing that it's worth to show up every single day, every single time. And it's not that easy. But when I'm with Sanat, she helps me to be a better person. And she's definitely the mother that I didn't have, even though my mother is wonderful. But having a friend who really cheers me on all the time and accepts me for who I am, it's really, really refreshing. And by showing my own life story, letting all of you see parts of me, it's an uncomfortable feeling. At the same time, it's, oh wow, I'm really vulnerable. It's not really easy to let myself be seen for who I truly am. At the same time, when I'm being accepted and loved with all the parts, then it becomes very freeing, that I can show up the way I am and I'll be loved and accepted. And that's what I get from Sanat every single time when I get to talk to her. And that's my message as well for all of you, that let yourself be seen, and let people decide it's for them or not. And it doesn't make them wrong. It's just different. And maybe you are for them, maybe you're not. But at the end of the day, you show up with your true self and let yourself be seen. So that's how I like to close my little video. And you just saw my dog walking by, which was really, really sweet. I love her being part of my life. So she made a little appearance. Thank you so much for listening to my story and listening to me just now, and sending all the love to all of you. Bye.
Wow, amazing, amazing. And she said to me, Sunit, I remember I have to record in landscape. I said, yes, my beautiful one. Landscape is the thing, because we don't know who is watching us on their big television sets, and landscape is the way to go. Thank you, my beautiful Gabby. I love you this much. Like an echo. My beautiful Cindy, if you can introduce yourself and tell us where you're from.
Sure. So, hi everyone. I'm Cindy Edington, and I am from Fairport, New York, in the USA. I'm on the western end of New York. So, if you're thinking Manhattan, no, we would be considered probably country bumpkins. And I'm a transformational life coach. I'm also a certified yoga therapist, Reiki master, and EFT practitioner. And I'm so delighted to be here today. Thank you, Sanat. And I just love what Gabby just put out there. My heart is beaming right now listening to Gabby, because it's so true. All of us, sharing our stories. So I just can't say enough about that right now. My heart is so full. My heart is so full. And you'll get to hear more about me when Snap plays, I'm sure, the video. So I'll just leave it at that and just say I'm so glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, my Cindy. Yeah, we hear your video. Here's your video.
Hello, everyone. This is Cindy Edington from Fairport, New York in the USA. I'm a transformational life coach and holistic healer, and my specialty is helping women navigate the aftermath of divorce. Because having gone through a heartbreaking divorce myself, I understand the struggles with self-blame, financial worries, being a single parent, and getting back into the dating scene. And so my mission is to help as many women as I possibly can rise through these challenges with newfound strength, to reignite their passion for life, re-engage their personal power, and renew their hearts so they can start living their best life now. Just remember, when one door closes, there's another one waiting for you to open and walk through to a bigger and brighter future.
Okay, so I don't know what happened to the last part of your video. Your banner was supposed to come up, but I know I was running out of space, and I have deleted everything now. I could not delete anymore. So I do apologize for your banner not coming up. But my beautiful Cindy, how do you feel about your video?
Oh, wonderful. I mean, again, this, as Gabby was saying, just stepping into this and doing some things that I haven't really done before. This is really my year. I've declared it as my year of yes. And so putting myself out there in different ways. So I appreciate it. Again, I've never done a lot of video before, and especially doing the TV show. So this has been a new experience. But again, thank you for doing all of what you're doing, Sinit, and just bringing all of these beautiful women. I mean, what a panel here today, and just sharing their stories, and you taking all of this on to just share your heart and everybody else's heart with the world. I can't say enough about it. So I just feel very grateful and blessed to be a part of it.
Wow, thank you, my beautiful Cindy. You are going to let me cry because my heart is full at the moment. So I am so proud of all of you. I am so blessed to have all of you here. And when I started the show, I said, we don't know if any gentleman is watching us. We actually have a gentleman on the Tanzanite Heroes, a beautiful Anthony, and he said, good morning. So we have a beautiful gentleman that's looking at us, if I can say that. So my beautiful ones, the floor is now open. You can all of you can unmute yourself, and I would love to know what was one of the things that stood out for you, telling your story. Like Gabby said, there's stuff that came up while she was actually writing a chapter. And then when she was telling a story, there was more stuff coming up. So any of you can start and tell us.
All right, I'll start.
I don't mind starting.
Go ahead, Christa.
Oh, go ahead. No, doesn't matter. So just quickly, when I was going through my story, again, I noticed patterns. But you know what I noticed the most is what I didn't say. It wasn't until I was writing some things out, and actually I was had the honor of being on someone's podcast, and they pointed it out. So one of the things I didn't say was when I was born, I only had 10% hearing. So having said that, in grade 1 or 2, they did the testing, and that's why I didn't speak. I had a hard time pronouncing words. So moving up through grade school, I had to go to speech therapy, and I was, fine with that up until grade 8. Someone saw me, have my book, and it was kind of like a grade 2 book, but it was on how to pronounce the words. So until she looked at me and said, you can't read. So then I quit. I'm fortunate that I was able to, now I can say R and a lot of things. the point is about 6 years ago, I developed a chronic illness, very, very rare, to the point where I couldn't walk and I couldn't talk again. I had to relearn how to talk. And if it wasn't for this amazing person pointing it out, she said, twice in your life, you had to learn how to talk, and now you're a speaker. I was blown away. So it's like all these amazing insights by sharing my story. And Herma, when you're talking about how healing yourself and nutrition, by trade, I'm a nutritionist. I have my certificate in natural medicine and herbalism, and that is one of the ways I've also healed myself, my body through my traumas, my physical body, and keeping going on. Working with my doctors and suggesting, like, let's double my magnesium instead of one of these really addictive medications. So it wasn't only what I said, it was what I didn't say that brought all these aha moments. And again, listening to everybody's story has given me the realization that I'm not alone. You know, we've all gone through so many things, and
No, we're never
like you,
alone. Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing. So I wanted to just quickly share that.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Yes, Cindy?
Yeah, no, I think it's interesting. For me, it was a very interesting exercise to actually, write out, because I mean, I've been on the planet over 6 decades now. And so it's a long, long journey and process, as some of you can relate to. And I just found it very interesting to put it all down on paper first. And as you're saying, well, as Christa just said, some of the things that you don't say that, I'm like, wow, there's just so much. Is like, what do you pack into, like a 60-minute slot? Because there's like so much more that you could like delve into and get into. But for me, it was great because it helped crystallize. I think for me, it was the crystallization of like, what were the pivotal moments for me? Like, where did I have the big aha moments? Where were the times in my life where I made a big shift? And those are the things that I think are really valuable to share, with others, because as Krista just said, we're not all alone in this. We're all in our own journey. And, I look at it this way. You may be an apple, somebody else may be an orange, somebody else may be a banana. We all have these different scenarios, but we're all fruit, right? So we're all going through the same journey of life and learning and processing. And so I think it's a great way to share your story. And as Krista said, make sure that others do not feel so all alone, because we're in this together. This is the beauty of, and this is the beauty of what you're doing, Sinet, is just this pulling together all these beautiful souls and sharing more of what needs to be shared out into the world. There's so much negativity out there, especially now. And this is a wonderful way to actually just put out more love to people. Let them know they've got a space, someplace they can come and hear something that may go, wow, you know what? I've been through that too. And if they can make it through and transition through something, I can do it too. And so I can't say
Yeah.
enough about what you bring to all of us, Sinette, and having us all gather in community. I really feel like this is the first time with
Yes.
this group that we're all in, like, it's my tribe, right? I found my tribe of people that want to like put more good things out into the world. And for that, I'm so grateful. So, so grateful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's so
Herma,
amazing that there's no borders. Yeah, there's no borders. So with technology that have given us these platforms, there's no borders anymore. We can come from anywhere and we can still talk and we can hear from one another and share our stories. And it's also amazing to think that if you heal your body, a lot of your mental stories heal in the process. And it's so 5 years ago, I discovered that sugar is the start of infection. And both my parents passed away early in their lives, heart attack, dementia, Alzheimer's. So I didn't want to wake up those things in my DNA. And when it took me more than a year for sugar to actually lose its grip on my life, that I'm looking at cake and I don't have to eat it anymore, or I don't need a pudding after supper, or it's not necessary anymore. I can now decide when I need sugar. And I think at 63 now, I'm the healthiest that I've ever been in my life, just because I've decided to change my eating habits. Yeah, it's really an amazing discovery that we eat ourselves sick. That's most of the sicknesses are lifestyle sicknesses, and lifestyle is what you put on your fork. So, yeah, it is amazing. And it's, Sanette, we can really give you credit for opening up the platforms that we can all tell the stories, and we can all hear a similarity to a certain extent in all our stories, and that we all have to work through the mud and the hurt and the terrible things that have happened in the past, so that we can sit here as triumphant winners of what we've worked through, and how our lives can actually just be a flourishing testimony of the love that actually pours through us, because we don't have anything that eats up the love anymore inside of us.
Wow, I love that. I love that. Thank you, my beautiful Herma. My beautiful Ali.
Yes. So it's interesting in reflecting even on this conversation, everybody's transformative journey really was a product of reframing, excuse me, and really adopting that positive mindset, right? So for each of us, we had to reframe our situations, and we had to really adopt a new mindset, a positive mindset, looking at our situations and saying, I'm stuck. I'm not going to be stuck anymore, and I'm going to change things. And that's really challenging for people to do. And, because we always start from a negative bias, right? That's how we are born. That's how, it's our fight or flight, and that's our survival instinct. But for each one of us on our journeys, we had to do it. So I totally echo everyone's sentiment in terms of Sanette creating this incredible culture of vulnerability for each one of us to show up here and tell our stories. The other thing that I really want to remark on is this concept of gratitude. And Sanette has an incredible sponsor who really is championing a new innovative platform for that. And that's such a huge part of what I do, and I think many of us do, is counting your blessings every single morning. Excuse me, I don't know what's happening to my voice. But counting your blessings every single morning, right? Not looking at what I don't have, looking at what I do have. And I think that's so critical in terms of that positive mindset. So no matter what happens, things happen to me every day, right? And it's a matter of compartmentalizing and figuring things out, but I don't focus on that. I focus almost exclusively on my beautiful life, right? My kids, the great things that are happening, being with you this morning, right? So it's incredible when you change things, when you reframe and you adopt that mindset, how things shift, and the mind-body connection is tremendous, right? So it's amazing just to show up here, listen to everybody's stories again, and thank you again for creating the culture for us to be able to be vulnerable. I think one of the biggest pieces of feedback I received was, wow, I can't believe you shared that much. But for me, if I can't share that and I can't impact just one person, then what good is it for me? If one person's life changes, that's good for me.
Wow. And Ali, all of you had got lots of feedback in the Diamond Beauties. I am truly so honored to have being able to get this platform for us, and then let us, because I know my story is also changing a lot of people's lives, because if I could do it, a lot of people can do it, and by telling your stories. So while you were talking about this beautiful sponsor, I want to play Natalie McQueen's video. She is coming on Monday live to the group. There was a little bit of difficulties on the system, so everything is. She will come and tell us. She will extend it for a longer time to us, but on Monday she will have all the answers. So here is Natalie's video, and then, ladies, when I come back, I want you to start with your golden nugget, and then the next thing is you have the opportunity to ask any question to any lady, and I'm going to start with you, Cindy. So here is Natalie's video.
Hi there, my name is Natalie McQueen. I'm the founder of Gifts of Legacy. I am a book publisher and a legacy designer. I am thrilled to introduce my talking journal. This unique journal features recorded messages from 100 trailblazing contributors that we call our masters and mavens. Imagine a journal that you can hold in your hands and get daily prompts of inspiration from these mentor experts. I invite you to be one of our masters and mavens in our first edition on gratitude for $49. This is a low-cost, high-impact alternative to traditional publishing. I cannot wait to hear your inspirational message.
So, Cindy, it was only your video that I brought in last, that there was not enough space. So I'm sorry for that. So, Cindy, tell us your golden nugget, and then you are welcome to ask any beautiful lady a question.
Sure, sure. So my golden nugget is just remember, when one door closes, just have the faith and trust that there's another one waiting for you to open up and just walk through to that bigger and brighter future. And I think that's a really great little nugget, because that's one that I've lived by. It's like when you've got a big something that closes off, relationship closes off, just trust. And when you're in it, it's hard, right? When you're really in it, it's hard to see that there's another one there, but just trust and have faith that there is one. When you're ready, it's going to be there. Just open it up, walk through, and it is going to be bigger and brighter.
Wow.
Questions? What do I want to ask?
Just one thing. Al-Washwi said, wow. It's all he said is, wow, ladies. Wow, wow, wow. So you can ask any question to any one of us.
I'll just put it out to all of you. What do you see? I said this is my year of yes. I'm just curious if anybody else wants to share. What does this year mean to you? Like, do you have like a word or a phrase or a statement that you're kind of putting out there for your year this year?
Okay, I'll volunteer. My word for this year is fearless.
I love it. I love it.
Christa?
Yeah. You know what, Cindy, we talked before. Mine was also yes, but I also brought be seen, because for so long I didn't want to be seen. So I'm saying yes to everything and having fun, and also showing up and being seen.
And you, my beautiful Ali?
It's funny when you said that. Mine is also yes, but yes unapologetically.
Ladies, ask me.
So you're in business. It's in you too.
I know. I just wanted to say that. So, ladies, mine is impact. So I am ready to impact even more people, inspire more people, because my biggest dream is to go and fetch my grandchildren every day at school. So we are in South Africa, they are New Zealand. So I said I've made a pact with God on top of Empire State Building. When I can inspire 1 million people, then my wish will be granted. So my ladies, I'm impacting, because there is a greater mission for me. For me, to be able to hug my grandchildren every day will be the cherry on the cake. Sorry. So, my beautiful Ali, you've got a question for us?
So I would love to know from Herma, because my story, my transformative year involved ending a 25-year relationship. So when was the moment when you decided, if there was a singular moment when you decided, you know what, this relationship, which I think you characterized as narcissistic, right? So this relationship doesn't serve me anymore. I'm going to reframe and get out of it. Was there a moment that you can point to, or kind of a series of moments?
Yeah, it's sad if you feel like a single mother of a child and then you're in a married relationship. So I had a son when I turned 40, and I was an old mother, but it has its benefits, definitely. And when he was 2 or 3, I felt like all alone and having a baby to look after, but there's no husband for support or anything. I was ready to move, but it wasn't the time yet. And it's amazing how 9 years later, so for 8 years, I prayed for my husband and nothing changed. So 9 years later, I got to a point where I felt like a rag, and I disappeared into the bush for 5 days. And for 3 of those days, I had a migraine that I couldn't look through my eyes. I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't see light. I was, until the friend of mine who's on whose farm, parents' farm I was, came to visit her parents, and she came in and she rebuked that migraine. I immediately heard God say, your son is not worth your marriage. And I realized it is the end of a chapter. I have to go back and end this chapter. It cannot go on any further. And that was my catharsis moment where, I had to stop the bus and get off.
Well, Ali, can you give us your golden nugget?
Absolutely. So my golden nugget is to make my tomorrows more joyful than my todays.
Wow.
So
beautiful.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So for me, I spent a long time, researching the difference between joy and happiness, and really decided that joy was more of a sustained state of mind versus sort of a Polaroid picture of happiness, those moments. And so I was really intentional, about choosing joy, so that's my nugget.
Well, I love it. Herma, what is your golden nugget?
To me, my nugget is that gratitude is the soil in which miracles can happen.
I love it. I love it. Do you have a question maybe that you can ask Christa?
So, in terms of your total wellness, have you changed the way you eat yet or not?
100%. I started off becoming completely vegan, and then vegetarian, and I did slowly start introducing meat. I do eat gluten-free. So I looked at what works for me, because I do feel what's going through my body it's individualized. So I don't try to look at everybody and say, cut out caffeine or anything. I know what works for me and I know what doesn't work for me. So yes, I did change my diet, and it's it's literally changed my life, how I think, the less brain fog. Yeah.
And it will definitely add on years of which you will experience the health factor and not the miserable and chronic medication, sort of having a miserable life towards the end of your life, but being healthy and still do all the things you can and no brain fog. Yeah, wonderful.
Wow, thank you. My beautiful Christa, what is your golden nugget?
So, as a self-proclaimed people pleaser, I used to step and say, I'll do anything for anyone. So I had to come up with something that works for me. And it might sound
Yes.
crazy, but it is to give up hope. And when I say that, usually people say, no, you have to fight for hope. And I have acronyms. And so hope stood for heck over pleasing everyone. So once I figured that out, that changed my life. And I kept saying, it's okay. I'm not going to have hope right now because I don't need your validation. Once I learned that, it brought me to another acronym with hope: hold on, pain ends. So bringing both of them together is really my golden nugget, and it really has transformed my life.
Wow, beautiful. So, my beautiful
Yeah,
Christa,
lovely.
first of all, I want to say thank you so much for introducing me to Rick Daffel. He had took my song that I've written down, and he and another person that he knows is busy composing the song, and that he is going to sing the song, and he's got amazing voice. So I am truly excited that soon, my beautiful ladies, I will have somebody that will sing this amazing song I've written for all of you. But
Wonderful.
in the meanwhile, I'm going to play Dr. Michael Alexander's voice and appearance. He's going to sing, and not sing it, he's going to speak it for us. He will also be on our cover for March. And this month, we've got a couple, our first couple that's on the front of the Diamond Momo
Oh, yes.
magazine. Yes, so Glenn and
Yeah.
Paula Edwards for Love Month. So just want to let you know, ladies, anyone author page and as well as front cover, you can just talk to me. But here is Dr. Michael Alexander.
Moments of moving from here to there between the star and the moon's soft glare capture a glimpse of light so rare, radiant and shining, our hearts declare for the world to see in love's grand affair. Moments of our lives that are filled with laughter keep us going, hearts thrilled, capture the essence of who we are in the spirit of a child like a shooting star. Moments to share our true stories so bright, not only for the world to heal, take flight, but to remind us how amazing we are. Forever moving forward, a radiant star to create magic near and far. In the radiance of each heart's soft glow, we find the strength to carry on and grow. Shining bright, our love doth show in every moment, from dusk till dawn's soft flow. Radiant heart.
Oh, so the song I've written, I know I said to Rick, I said, you can really change some of the wordings because that was how I felt, because it was almost like a poem I've written. And I know you really cannot sing a poem. So he said, no, he will look at it and he will make sure to keep the essence of this amazing song. He loved the song. He loved the words. So my beautiful Christa, my beautiful Ali, my beautiful Herma, and beautiful Cindy, as well as my beautiful Gabby, thank you for being here. I cannot believe our time is up. It feels like we can actually talk another 3-4 hours on the reflection because there was actually so many questions that I wanted to ask, and I'm sure all of you wanted to ask. But for me, it was important to showcase your beautiful video again, because in my eyes, you are all beautiful, inspirational women that I admire, and you inspire me to continue what I'm doing. So I want to say thank you for being here. We are not dancing out, but if you can just stay, we will say goodbye to the viewers out there, and then I will end the show. My beautiful viewers, thank you for watching. My beautiful gentlemen in our Tanzanite Euro group, thank you for commenting, and thank you for giving us your love. Ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome to go and look at all these beautiful shows individually. It was truly magnificent. There is so many amazing stories, and I do believe all of us have a story. And yes, you might think your story is not important enough, or like somebody said the other day, if there was not a life-threatening change, she didn't die, almost die, she didn't have that. But then when we started to talk and I found out, but you, my girl, has so much to offer. You really didn't have an ordinary life. None of us have an ordinary life. None of us have choose ordinary lessons and things to go through. So all of us is a story. And I want to say, please look after yourself, smile often, and keep on dancing. Bye, everyone.